Got 2 hours to improve your speaking skills? In this challenge, you're going to learn real English, the expressions, sentences, and vocabulary native speakers use every single day. Just follow along, speak out loud, and by the end of this video, you'll sound more natural, more confident, and more fluent than ever before. Ready? Let's begin. Sell like hotcakes. Sell like hotcakes. Meaning, to sell very quickly or in large quantities. To sell very quickly or in large quantities. The new smartphone will sell like hotcakes due to its innovative features. The new smartphone will sell like hotcakes due to its innovative features. Cut ties. Cut ties. Meaning, to sever or end a relationship or connection. To sever or end a relationship or connection. After the dispute, they decided to cut ties with the former business partner. After the dispute, they decided to cut ties with the former business partner. Think twice. Think twice. Meaning, to reconsider or reflect more carefully before making a decision. To reconsider or reflect more carefully before making a decision. You should think twice before investing in that venture. You should think twice before investing in that venture. Stand the test of time. Stand the test of time. Meaning, to remain effective, relevant, or enduring over a long period. To remain effective, relevant, or enduring over a long period. The book's insightful wisdom and timeless themes will stand the test of time. The book's insightful wisdom and timeless themes will stand the test of time. Bolt from the blue. Bolt from the blue. Meaning, a sudden and unexpected event or announcement. A sudden and unexpected event or announcement. The announcement of the company's closure was a bolt from the blue for all employees. The announcement of the company's closure was a bolt from the blue for all employees. Touch and go. Touch and go. Meaning, a situation that is uncertain or risky with the outcome hanging in the balance. A situation that is uncertain or risky with the outcome hanging in the balance. The surgery was touch and go for a while, but the patient is now recovering. The surgery was touch and go for a while, but the patient is now recovering. Fly under the radar. Fly under the radar. Meaning, to go unnoticed or undetected. To go unnoticed or undetected. She managed to fly under the radar and avoid any controversy. She managed to fly under the radar and avoid any controversy. Listen with an open mind. Listen with an open mind. Meaning, to listen without prejudgment or bias being open to new ideas or perspectives. To listen without prejudgment or bias, being open to new ideas or perspectives. When discussing sensitive topics, it's important to listen with an open mind. When discussing sensitive topics, it's important to listen with an open mind. Touch base. Touch base. Meaning, to make contact with someone briefly to update or check in. To make contact with someone briefly to update or check in. Let's touch base next week to review the project's progress. Let's touch base next week to review the project's progress. Pick up steam. Pick up steam. Meaning, to gain momentum or become more effective. To gain momentum or become more effective. The new marketing campaign started slowly but began to pick up steam as word spread. The new marketing campaign started slowly but began to pick up steam as word spread. Bend over backwards. Bend over backwards. Meaning, to go out of one's way to help or accommodate someone. To go out of one's way to help or accommodate someone. The company will bend over backwards to ensure that the client's needs are met. The company will bend over backwards to ensure that the client's needs are met. Set the stage. Set the stage. Meaning, to create the conditions necessary for something to happen. To create the conditions necessary for something to happen. The CEO's speech set the stage for the announcement of the new company initiative. The CEO's speech set the stage for the announcement of the new company initiative. By the book. By the book. Meaning, following the rules or procedures exactly. Following the rules or procedures exactly. The new manager is very strict and does everything by the book. The new manager is very strict and does everything by the book. A case in point. A case in point. Meaning, an example that clearly illustrates a point or argument. An example that clearly illustrates a point or argument. The company's recent success is a case in point of how effective strategic planning can be. The company's recent success is a case in point of how effective strategic planning can be. Bring to light. Bring to light. Meaning, to reveal or make something known that was previously hidden or unknown. To reveal or make something known that was previously hidden or unknown. The upcoming report will bring to light new evidence about the project's success. The upcoming report will bring to light new evidence about the project's success. The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. Meaning, there are clear signs that something will soon happen, usually something negative. There are clear signs that something will soon happen, usually something negative. With declining sales and increasing debt, the writing is on the wall for the company's future. With declining sales and increasing debt, the writing is on the wall for the company's future. Beat around the bush. Beat around the bush. Meaning, to avoid getting to the point of a matter or to speak indirectly. To avoid getting to the point of a matter or to speak indirectly. She appreciated that he didn't beat around the bush and got straight to the point in the meeting. She appreciated that he didn't beat around the bush and got straight to the point in the meeting. Cast in stone. Cast in stone. Meaning, something that is fixed and cannot be changed. Something that is fixed and cannot be changed. The schedule isn't cast in stone. We can still make adjustments if necessary. The schedule isn't cast in stone. We can still make adjustments if necessary. Grasp at straws. Grasp at straws. Meaning, to make a desperate attempt or seek unlikely solutions. To make a desperate attempt or seek unlikely solutions. Realizing they were out of options, they began to grasp at straws to save the company. Realizing they were out of options, they began to grasp at straws to save the company. In the thick of it. In the thick of it. Meaning, to be deeply involved in a difficult or chaotic situation. To be deeply involved in a difficult or chaotic situation. During the crisis, the CEO was right in the thick of it, managing the response. During the crisis, the CEO was right in the thick of it, managing the response. Take the plunge. Take the plunge. Meaning, to commit to a course of action that is risky or involves significant change. To commit to a course of action that is risky or involves significant change. After months of hesitation, she decided to take the plunge and start her own business. After months of hesitation, she decided to take the plunge and start her own business. Put a sock in it. Put a sock in it. Meaning, to tell someone to be quiet or stop talking. To tell someone to be quiet or stop talking. I'd wish you put a sock in it. I'm trying to concentrate on my work. I'd wish you'd put a sock in it. I'm trying to concentrate on my work. In the driver's seat. In the driver's seat. Meaning, to be in control of a situation. To be in control of a situation. With the new promotion, she's finally in the driver's seat of her career. With the new promotion, she's finally in the driver's seat of her career. Play it by ear. Play it by ear. Meaning, to improvise or handle a situation as it unfolds without a predetermined plan. To improvise or handle a situation as it unfolds without a predetermined plan. We don't have a set plan for the weekend. Let's just play it by ear. We don't have a set plan for the weekend. Let's just play it by ear. Lock, stock and barrel. Lock, stock and barrel. Meaning, including everything, completely. Including everything, completely. They bought the business lock, stock and barrel, taking over all its assets and liabilities. They bought the business lock, stock and barrel, taking over all its assets and liabilities. On a shoestring. On a shoestring. Meaning, with very limited financial resources. With very limited financial resources. They travelled around Europe on a shoestring, staying in hostels and eating cheap meals. They travelled around Europe on a shoestring, staying in hostels and eating cheap meals. Nip it in the bud. Nip it in the bud. Meaning, to stop something before it becomes a bigger problem. To stop something before it becomes a bigger problem. The manager decided to nip it in the bud by addressing the issue immediately. The manager decided to nip it in the bud by addressing the issue immediately. Jump through hoops. Jump through hoops. Meaning, to face many challenges to achieve something. To face many challenges to achieve something. To get the permit, we had to jump through hoops and fill out countless forms. To get the permit, we had to jump through hoops and fill out countless forms. Mind your P's and Q's. Mind your P's and Q's. Meaning, to be careful with your behaviour or manners. To be careful with your behaviour or manners. Remember to mind your P's and Q's during the formal dinner. Remember to mind your P's and Q's during the formal dinner. Ruffle feathers. Ruffle feathers. Meaning, to cause upset or disturbance, especially by challenging the status quo. To cause upset or disturbance, especially by challenging the status quo. She knew her bold proposal would ruffle feathers, but was determined to push for changes. She knew her bold proposal would ruffle feathers, but was determined to push for changes. Jump ship. Jump ship. Meaning, to leave a job or organisation abruptly, often for a better opportunity. To leave a job or organisation abruptly, often for a better opportunity. Several employees decided to jump ship for higher paying jobs. Several employees decided to jump ship for higher paying jobs. Knock heads. Knock heads. Meaning, to argue or have a conflict, often leading to a disagreement. To argue or have a conflict, often leading to a disagreement. The two managers had to knock heads to resolve the disagreement over the project. The two managers had to knock heads to resolve the disagreement over the project. Raise eyebrows. Raise eyebrows. Meaning, to cause surprise or suspicion. To cause surprise or suspicion. She wore a daring dress to the gala, clearly wanting to raise eyebrows. She wore a daring dress to the gala, clearly wanting to raise eyebrows. Pull the plug. Pull the plug. Meaning, to stop something from continuing. To stop something from continuing. The company decided to pull the plug on the failing project. The company decided to pull the plug on the failing project. Knock it down a notch. Knock it down a notch. Meaning, to reduce the intensity or severity of something, often to be less boastful or aggressive. To reduce the intensity or severity of something, often to be less boastful or aggressive. He was getting too confident after the win, so his coach told him to knock it down a notch. He was getting too confident after the win, so his coach told him to knock it down a notch. Read between the lines. Read between the lines. Meaning, to understand or infer something not explicitly stated. To understand or infer something not explicitly stated. She could read between the lines of his email and sensed he was unhappy. She could read between the lines of his email and sensed he was unhappy. Bear the cost. Bear the cost. Meaning, to pay or cover the expenses of something. To pay or cover the expenses of something. The company will bear the cost of the employees' training programs to enhance their skills. The company will bear the cost of the employees' training programs to enhance their skills. Pave the way. Pave the way. Meaning, to create a path or prepare the conditions for something to happen or to be achieved. To create a path or prepare the conditions for something to happen or to be achieved. The new policy will pave the way for more inclusive workplace practices. The new policy will pave the way for more inclusive workplace practices. Turn a blind eye. Turn a blind eye. Meaning, to ignore something that one is aware of. To ignore something that one is aware of. In order to keep the peace, she decided to turn a blind eye to his occasional tardiness. In order to keep the peace, she decided to turn a blind eye to his occasional tardiness. Lay the groundwork. Lay the groundwork. Meaning, to prepare the initial steps or basic framework for something. To prepare the initial steps or basic framework for something. The initial research will lay the groundwork for the development of the new product. The initial research will lay the groundwork for the development of the new product. Draw attention. Draw attention. Meaning, to attract or focus interest on something or someone. To attract or focus interest on something or someone. The new advertising campaign was designed to draw attention to the company's latest product. The new advertising campaign was designed to draw attention to the company's latest product. On the fence. On the fence. Meaning, to be undecided or unsure about something. To be undecided or unsure about something. I'm still on the fence about whether to accept the job offer. I'm still on the fence about whether to accept the job offer. Run into problems. Run into problems. Meaning, to encounter difficulties or challenges. To encounter difficulties or challenges. If you don't follow the instructions carefully, you might run into problems during the project. If you don't follow the instructions carefully, you might run into problems during the project. In a nutshell. In a nutshell. Meaning, to summarize something briefly. To summarize something briefly. In a nutshell, the project was completed ahead of schedule and under budget. In a nutshell, the project was completed ahead of schedule and under budget. Cling to the past. Cling to the past. Meaning, to remain attached to or influenced by previous experiences or times. To remain attached to or influenced by previous experiences or times. She tends to cling to the past, often reminiscing about old friendships and former jobs. She tends to cling to the past, often reminiscing about old friendships and former jobs. Win hands down. Win hands down. Meaning, to win easily or with no difficulty. To win easily or with no difficulty. If the contest were based on creativity alone, her design would win hands down. If the contest were based on creativity alone, her design would win hands down. Carry weight. Carry weight. Meaning, to be influential or have significant importance. To be influential or have significant importance. Her years of experience will carry weight in the final decision for the promotion. Her years of experience will carry weight in the final decision for the promotion. Blow the chance. Blow the chance. Meaning, to miss or squander an opportunity. To miss or squander an opportunity. He knew that missing the deadline would blow the chance of getting the project approved. He knew that missing the deadline would blow the chance of getting the project approved. Join forces. Join forces. Meaning, to collaborate or work together with others to achieve a common goal. To collaborate or work together with others to achieve a common goal. The two companies decided to join forces to develop a new line of eco-friendly products. The two companies decided to join forces to develop a new line of eco-friendly products. Buckle under pressure. Buckle under pressure. Meaning, to yield or give in to stress, pressure, or demands. To yield or give in to stress, pressure or demands. Despite his initial confidence, he began to buckle under pressure as the deadline approached. Despite his initial confidence, he began to buckle under pressure as the deadline approached. Leaf through, leaf through, meaning skim through written material, skim through written material. She likes to leaf through old magazines while waiting at the dentist's office. She likes to leaf through old magazines while waiting at the dentist's office. Mess around, meaning waste time, act playfully. Waste time, act playfully. If you mess around too much at work, you might get in trouble. If you mess around too much at work, you might get in trouble. Vouch for, meaning support or guarantee something. Support or guarantee something. The manager asked if I could vouch for your experience before hiring you. The manager asked if I could vouch for your experience before hiring you. Zone out, meaning stop paying attention, stop paying attention. I always zone out during long meetings and miss half of what's being said. I always zone out during long meetings and miss half of what's being said. Barge in, meaning enter suddenly and disruptively. Enter suddenly and disruptively. I always tell my little brother not to barge in when I'm studying, but he never listens. I always tell my little brother not to barge in when I'm studying, but he never listens. Dwell on, meaning think about something too much. Think about something too much. She tends to dwell on negative comments even when she gets plenty of praise. She tends to dwell on negative comments even when she gets plenty of praise. Sail through, meaning complete something easily. Complete something easily. With enough preparation, you can sail through the exam without any trouble. With enough preparation, you can sail through the exam without any trouble. Cough up, meaning reluctantly give money or information. Reluctantly give money or information. The landlord made us cough up an extra deposit before we could move in. The landlord made us cough up an extra deposit before we could move in. Ferret out, meaning discover or uncover information. Discover or uncover information. The detective was determined to ferret out the truth, no matter how well it was hidden. The detective was determined to ferret out the truth, no matter how well it was hidden. Muck in, meaning help with a task or work. Help with a task or work. Everyone needs to muck in if we want to finish this project on time. Everyone needs to muck in if we want to finish this project on time. Tinker with. Tinker with. Meaning, make small adjustments or repairs. Make small adjustments or repairs. He loves to tinker with old cars in his garage on the weekends. He loves to tinker with old cars in his garage on the weekends. Vamp up. Vamp up. Meaning, improve or make something more exciting. Improve or make something more exciting. We need to vamp up the website to make it look more modern and engaging. We need to vamp up the website to make it look more modern and engaging. Whittle down. Whittle down. Meaning, reduce in number gradually. Reduce in number gradually. We need to whittle down the list of candidates before the final interviews. We need to whittle down the list of candidates before the final interviews. Toss around. Toss around. Meaning, discuss ideas casually. Discuss ideas casually. Let's toss around some ideas before making a final decision. Let's toss around some ideas before making a final decision. Wolf down. Wolf down. Meaning, to eat something very quickly and greedily. To eat something very quickly and greedily. I always wolf down my breakfast when I'm running late for work. I always wolf down my breakfast when I'm running late for work. Nip off. Nip off. Meaning, to leave somewhere quickly for a short time. To leave somewhere quickly for a short time. I'm going to nip off to the supermarket for a few essentials before we start cooking dinner. I'm going to nip off to the supermarket for a few essentials before we start cooking dinner. Fathom out. Fathom out. Meaning, to understand something complicated or mysterious. To understand something complicated or mysterious. I can't fathom out why he would quit such a great job without a backup plan. I can't fathom out why he would quit such a great job without a backup plan. Fob off. Fob off. Meaning, to deceive someone or get rid of them by giving an excuse or something of low value. To deceive someone or get rid of them by giving an excuse or something of low value. The salesman tried to fob off the faulty product as brand new, but I wasn't fooled. The salesman tried to fob off the faulty product as brand new, but I wasn't fooled. Chime in. Chime in. Meaning, to interrupt or add to a conversation at the right moment. To interrupt or add to a conversation at the right moment. Feel free to chime in if you have any suggestions during the meeting. Feel free to chime in if you have any suggestions during the meeting. Skive off. Skive off. Meaning, to avoid work or school without permission. To avoid work or school without permission. He always tries to skive off work whenever there's a big project due. He always tries to skive off work whenever there's a big project due. Fess up. Fess up. Meaning, to admit something, especially a mistake or wrongdoing. To admit something, especially a mistake or wrongdoing. You'd better fess up before someone else tells the boss. You'd better fess up before someone else tells the boss. Plod along. Plod along. Meaning, to progress slowly and without excitement. To progress slowly and without excitement. We just need to plod along and eventually we'll finish the project. We just need to plod along and eventually we'll finish the project. Chalk up. Chalk up. Meaning, to attribute a success or failure to something. To attribute a success or failure to something. You can chalk up his success to years of hard work and dedication. You can chalk up his success to years of hard work and dedication. Act upon. Act upon. Meaning, to take action based on advice or information. To take action based on advice or information. The manager promised to act upon our suggestions to improve the office. The manager promised to act upon our suggestions to improve the office. Dabble in. Dabble in. Meaning, to try something casually without serious commitment. To try something casually without serious commitment. She likes to dabble in photography, but she's not a professional. She likes to dabble in photography, but she's not a professional. Pelt down. Pelt down. Meaning, to describe heavy rain falling quickly. To describe heavy rain falling quickly. The rain started to pelt down just as we left the house. The rain started to pelt down just as we left the house. Suss out. Suss out. Meaning, to figure something out or investigate a situation. To figure something out or investigate a situation. It took me a while to suss out what was really going on in the office. It took me a while to suss out what was really going on in the office. Press for. Press for. Meaning, to strongly demand something or push for action. To strongly demand something or push for action. The journalists continue to press for more details about the scandal. The journalists continue to press for more details about the scandal. Level with. Level with. Meaning, to be honest with someone about something difficult or unpleasant. To be honest with someone about something difficult or unpleasant. You should level with your boss about why the project is delayed. You should level with your boss about why the project is delayed. dash off, meaning to leave quickly or write something in a hurry. To leave quickly or write something in a hurry. She had to dash off to catch her train before it left the station. She had to dash off to catch her train before it left the station. Pan out, meaning to develop in a certain way, often successfully or unexpectedly. To develop in a certain way, often successfully or unexpectedly. We had big plans, but they didn't pan out as we hoped. We had big plans, but they didn't pan out as we hoped. Cordon off, meaning to block access to an area for safety or security reasons. To block access to an area for safety or security reasons. The police need to cordon off the area to keep everyone safe. The police need to cordon off the area to keep everyone safe. Pack in, meaning to stop doing something or to fit a lot into a short time. To stop doing something or to fit a lot into a short time. If this job gets any more stressful, I might just pack in and find something else. If this job gets any more stressful, I might just pack in and find something else. Fizzle out, meaning gradually fail or lose energy. Gradually fail or lose energy. I hope our excitement for the project doesn't fizzle out before we even get started. I hope our excitement for the project doesn't fizzle out before we even get started. Jot down, meaning quickly write something, Let me jot down your phone number before I forget. Let me jot down your phone number before I forget. Mull over, meaning think carefully about something. Think carefully about something. I need to mull over this decision before I respond. I need to mull over this decision before I respond. Nod off, meaning fall asleep unintentionally. Fall asleep unintentionally. I always try to stay awake during meetings, but I sometimes nod off when they're too long. I always try to stay awake during meetings, but I sometimes nod off when they're too long. Pour over, meaning study something carefully. Study something carefully. I need to pore over these documents before making a final decision. I need to pore over these documents before making a final decision. Rope in, meaning persuade someone to join. Persuade someone to join. They always try to rope in as many volunteers as possible for the event. They always try to rope in as many volunteers as possible for the event. Worm out, meaning get information from someone by being persistent. Get information from someone by being persistent. She managed to worm out his secret holiday plans. She managed to worm out his secret holiday plans. Zero in on, meaning focus closely on something. Focus closely on something. The detectives need to zero in on the main suspect before making an arrest. The detectives need to zero in on the main suspect before making an arrest. Bank on, meaning rely on something happening. Rely on something happening. You can bank on him being late again. You can bank on him being late again. Plough through, meaning get through something difficult or tedious. Get through something difficult or tedious. I had to plough through hours of paperwork today. I had to plough through hours of paperwork today. Bottle up, meaning suppress emotions. Suppress emotions. It's not healthy to bottle up your emotions for too long. It's not healthy to bottle up your emotions for too long. Drum up, meaning generate interest or support. Generate interest or support. They're trying to drum up business with a big sale. They're trying to drum up business with a big sale. Smooth over, meaning resolve a problem diplomatically. Resolve a problem diplomatically. We need to smooth over the misunderstanding before it gets worse. We need to smooth over the misunderstanding before it gets worse. Sponge off, meaning take advantage of someone financially. Take advantage of someone financially. He always tries to sponge off his friends instead of getting a job. He always tries to sponge off his friends instead of getting a job. Hanker after, meaning strongly desire something. Strongly desire something. She tends to hanker after adventure whenever life starts feeling too routine. She tends to hanker after adventure whenever life starts feeling too routine. Gloss over, meaning avoid discussing something unpleasant. Avoid discussing something unpleasant. They tried to gloss over their money problems, but everyone knew. They tried to gloss over their money problems, but everyone knew. Cobble together, meaning put something together quickly. Put something together quickly. We had to cobble together a presentation last minute. We had to cobble together a presentation last minute. Crack down on, crack down on, meaning enforce strict measures. Enforce strict measures. The government plans to crack down on tax evasion this year. The government plans to crack down on tax evasion this year. Scrape by. Scrape by, meaning just barely succeed or survive. Just barely succeed or survive. With these rising costs, it's getting harder to scrape by each month. With these rising costs, it's getting harder to scrape by each month. Size up. Size up, meaning assess a situation or person. Assess a situation or person. Before making a move, he took a moment to size up his opponent. Before making a move, he took a moment to size up his opponent. Follow through. Follow through, meaning complete something to the end. Complete something to the end. If you make a promise, you need to follow through with it. If you make a promise, you need to follow through with it. Map out. Map out, meaning plan something in detail. Plan something in detail. We need to map out a clear strategy before launching the campaign. We need to map out a clear strategy before launching the campaign. Chip in. Chip in, meaning contribute money or effort. Contribute money or effort. Everyone agreed to chip in a little money to buy a nice birthday gift for their colleague. Everyone agreed to chip in a little money to buy a nice birthday gift for their colleague. Impetuous. Impetuous, meaning acting or done quickly and without thought or care. Acting or done quickly and without thought or care. His impetuous decision to quit his job surprised everyone. His impetuous decision to quit his job surprised everyone. Vex. Vex, meaning make someone feel annoyed, frustrated or worried, especially with trivial matters. Make someone feel annoyed, frustrated or worried, especially with trivial matters. The constant delays began to vex the passengers who were eager to reach their destination. The constant delays began to vex the passengers who were eager to reach their destination. Dwindle. Dwindle, meaning to diminish gradually in size, amount or strength. To diminish gradually in size, amount or strength. The crowd began to dwindle as the concert ended. The crowd began to dwindle as the concert ended. Jubilant. Jubilant, meaning feeling or expressing great happiness and triumph. Feeling or expressing great happiness and triumph. The team was jubilant after winning the championship. The team was jubilant after winning the championship. Evoke. Evoke, meaning to bring or recall to the conscious mind. To bring or recall to the conscious mind. The music began to evoke deep emotions in the audience. The music began to evoke deep emotions in the audience. Wistful, wistful, meaning having or showing a feeling of vague or regretful longing. Having or showing a feeling of vague or regretful longing. She gave a wistful smile as she looked at the old photograph. She gave a wistful smile as she looked at the old photograph. Hapless, hapless, meaning unfortunate, having bad luck. Unfortunate, having bad luck. The hapless traveller missed his flight due to a sudden storm. The hapless traveller missed his flight due to a sudden storm. Bewilder, bewilder, meaning to cause someone to become perplexed and confused. To cause someone to become perplexed and confused. The magician's tricks were designed to bewilder the audience. The magician's tricks were designed to bewilder the audience. Linger, linger, meaning to stay in a place longer than necessary. To stay in a place longer than necessary. The fog began to linger over the valley, refusing to lift. The fog began to linger over the valley, refusing to lift. Meander, meander, meaning to follow a winding course. To follow a winding course. She let her thoughts meander as she walked through the quiet park. She let her thoughts meander as she walked through the quiet park. Resilient, resilient, meaning able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. Able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. The resilient child bounced back after the setback. The resilient child bounced back after the setback. Quaint, quaint, meaning attractively unusual or old-fashioned. Attractively unusual or old-fashioned. The quaint cottage was nestled in the countryside. The quaint cottage was nestled in the countryside. Scuffle, scuffle, meaning a short, confused fight or struggle. A short, confused fight or struggle. A scuffle broke out between the two rivals. A scuffle broke out between the two rivals. Bemoan, bemoan, meaning to express discontent or sorrow over something. To express discontent or sorrow over something. I don't want to bemoan the missed opportunities, but rather focus on what lies ahead. I don't want to bemoan the missed opportunities, but rather focus on what lies ahead. Nostalgic, nostalgic, meaning feeling sentimental about the past. Feeling sentimental about the past. Listening to the old songs made her feel nostalgic. Listening to the old songs made her feel nostalgic. Revel, Revel, meaning to enjoy oneself in a lively and noisy way. To enjoy oneself in a lively and noisy way. I like to revel in the excitement of live concerts. I like to revel in the excitement of live concerts. Gnarled, gnarled, meaning knobbly, rough and twisted, especially with age. Knobbly, rough and twisted, especially with age. The gnarled tree had stood in the field for centuries. The gnarled tree had stood in the field for centuries. Mirth, mirth, meaning amusement, especially as expressed in laughter. Amusement, especially as expressed in laughter. The room was filled with mirth as the comedian performed. The room was filled with mirth as the comedian performed. Subtle, subtle, meaning so delicate or precise as to be difficult to analyze or describe. So delicate or precise as to be difficult to analyze or describe. There was a subtle change in his attitude after the meeting. There was a subtle change in his attitude after the meeting. Dappled, dappled, meaning marked with spots or rounded patches. Marked with spots or rounded patches. The sunlight shone through the dappled leaves of the trees. The sunlight shone through the dappled leaves of the trees. Whimsical, whimsical, meaning playfully quaint or fanciful, especially in an appealing way. Playfully quaint or fanciful, especially in an appealing way. The whimsical decor of the cafe made it a favourite among locals. The whimsical decor of the cafe made it a favourite among locals. Tranquil, tranquil, meaning free from disturbance, calm. Free from disturbance, calm. The tranquil waters of the lake reflected the clear blue sky. The tranquil waters of the lake reflected the clear blue sky. Elusive, elusive, meaning difficult to find, catch, or achieve. Difficult to find, catch, or achieve. The elusive cat always managed to escape capture. The elusive cat always managed to escape capture. Skeptical, skeptical, meaning not easily convinced, having doubts or reservations. Not easily convinced, having doubts or reservations. She was skeptical about the new plan's success. She was skeptical about the new plan's success. Zealous, zealous, meaning having or showing zeal, enthusiasm for a cause. Having or showing zeal, enthusiasm for a cause. The zealous volunteers worked tirelessly to complete the project. The zealous volunteers worked tirelessly to complete the project. Banter, banter, meaning the playful and friendly exchange of teasing remarks. The playful and friendly exchange of teasing remarks.
The banter between the colleagues made the long day enjoyable. The banter between the colleagues made the long day enjoyable. Melancholy. Melancholy. Meaning, a deep, pensive, and long-lasting sadness. A deep, pensive, and long-lasting sadness. He felt a sense of melancholy as he walked through the empty streets. He felt a sense of melancholy as he walked through the empty streets. Enrapture. Enrapture. Meaning, give intense pleasure or joy to. Give intense pleasure or joy to. The movie seemed to enrapture the entire crowd. The movie seemed to enrapture the entire crowd. Fortitude. Fortitude. Meaning, courage in pain or adversity. Courage in pain or adversity. She showed great fortitude in the face of illness. She showed great fortitude in the face of illness. Serendipity. Serendipity. Meaning, the occurrence of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. The occurrence of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. It was pure serendipity that they met at the cafe. It was pure serendipity that they met at the cafe. Luminous. Luminous. Meaning, full of or shedding light, bright or shining. Full of or shedding light, bright or shining. The luminous stars lit up the night sky. The luminous stars lit up the night sky. Revelry. Revelry. Meaning, lively and noisy festivities. Lively and noisy festivities. The revelry continued until the early hours of the morning. The revelry continued until the early hours of the morning. Aptitude. Aptitude. Meaning, a natural ability to do something. A natural ability to do something. She showed an aptitude for mathematics at an early age. She showed an aptitude for mathematics at an early age. Sundry. Sundry. Meaning, of various kinds, several. Of various kinds, several. The shop sold sundry items ranging from tools to trinkets. The shop sold sundry items ranging from tools to trinkets. Grimace. Grimace. Meaning, an ugly, twisted expression on a person's face, typically expressing disgust or pain. An ugly, twisted expression on a person's face, typically expressing disgust or pain. He made a grimace as the bitter medicine went down. He made a grimace as the bitter medicine went down. Rejuvenate. Rejuvenate. Meaning, make someone or something look or feel better, younger, or more vital. Make someone or something look or feel better, younger, or more vital. The fresh mountain air seemed to rejuvenate his energy. The fresh mountain air seemed to rejuvenate his energy. Ephemeral. Ephemeral. meaning lasting for a very short time. Lasting for a very short time. The ephemeral beauty of the sunset left everyone in awe. The ephemeral beauty of the sunset left everyone in awe. Wry, wry, meaning using or expressing dry, especially mocking, humour. Using or expressing dry, especially mocking, humour. He gave a wry smile when asked about the failed project. He gave a wry smile when asked about the failed project. Parched, parched, meaning dried out with heat, extremely thirsty. Dried out with heat, extremely thirsty. The parched land awaited the monsoon rains. The parched land awaited the monsoon rains. Gleam, gleam, meaning shine brightly, especially with reflected light. Shine brightly, especially with reflected light. The freshly polished car began to gleam under the sunlight. The freshly polished car began to gleam under the sunlight. Thwart, thwart, meaning prevent someone from accomplishing something. Prevent someone from accomplishing something. The hero managed to thwart the villain's plans at the last moment. The hero managed to thwart the villain's plans at the last moment. Juncture, juncture, meaning a particular point in events or time. A particular point in events or time. At this critical juncture, the company decided to pivot its strategy. At this critical juncture, the company decided to pivot its strategy. Quell, quell, meaning to put an end to a rebellion or other disorder, typically by the use of force. To put an end to a rebellion or other disorder, typically by the use of force. The police were called in to quell the disturbance. The police were called in to quell the disturbance. Scant, scant, meaning barely sufficient or adequate. Barely sufficient or adequate. The scant amount of food was not enough to feed everyone. The scant amount of food was not enough to feed everyone. Tacit, tacit, meaning understood or implied without being stated. Understood or implied without being stated. There was a tacit agreement between the two to avoid certain topics. There was a tacit agreement between the two to avoid certain topics. Crestfallen, crestfallen, meaning sad and disappointed. Sad and disappointed. He was crestfallen when he heard the news of his rejection. He was crestfallen when he heard the news of his rejection. Bask, bask, meaning lie exposed to warmth and light, typically from the sun, for relaxation and pleasure. Lie exposed to warmth and light, typically from the sun, for relaxation and pleasure. She loved to bask in the warm glow of the afternoon sun. She loved to bask in the warm glow of the afternoon sun. Oblivious, oblivious, meaning not aware of or not concerned about what is happening around one. Not aware of or not concerned about what is happening around one. She was oblivious to the chaos unfolding around her as she read her book. She was oblivious to the chaos unfolding around her as she read her book. Falter, falter, meaning start to lose strength or momentum. Start to lose strength or momentum. He started to falter during his speech, his confidence slipping away. He started to falter during his speech, his confidence slipping away. Fickle, fickle, meaning changing frequently, especially as regards one's loyalties, interests, or affection. Changing frequently, especially as regards one's loyalties, interests, or affection. The fickle weather made it hard to plan outdoor activities. The fickle weather made it hard to plan outdoor activities. Quash, quash, meaning to reject or void, especially by legal procedure. To reject or void, especially by legal procedure. The judge decided to quash the motion. The judge decided to quash the motion. Veer, veer, meaning to change direction suddenly. To change direction suddenly. The ship began to veer off course as the storm intensified. The ship began to veer off course as the storm intensified. Grumble, grumble, meaning to complain about something in a bad-tempered way. To complain about something in a bad-tempered way. The workers began to grumble about the extended hours. The workers began to grumble about the extended hours. Sift, sift, meaning to examine thoroughly so as to isolate that which is most important or useful. To examine thoroughly so as to isolate that which is most important or useful. He had to sift through numerous job applications to find the most qualified candidates. He had to sift through numerous job applications to find the most qualified candidates. Gloat, gloat, meaning to dwell on one's own success or another's misfortune with smugness. To dwell on one's own success or another's misfortune with smugness. He couldn't help but gloat over his opponent's defeat. He couldn't help but gloat over his opponent's defeat. Quiver, quiver, meaning to tremble or shake with a slight rapid motion. To tremble or shake with a slight rapid motion. She could feel her hands quiver with excitement. She could feel her hands quiver with excitement. Froth, froth, meaning a mass of small bubbles in liquid caused by agitation, fermentation, or salivation. A mass of small bubbles in liquid caused by agitation, fermentation, or salivation. The froth on top of the coffee was thick and creamy. The froth on top of the coffee was thick and creamy. Flaunt, flaunt, meaning to display something ostentatiously, especially in order to provoke envy or admiration. To display something ostentatiously, especially in order to provoke envy or admiration. She loved to flaunt her new designer handbag. She loved to flaunt her new designer handbag. Sprawl, sprawl, meaning to sit, lie, or fall with one's arms and legs spread out in an ungainly or awkward way. To sit, lie, or fall with one's arms and legs spread out in an ungainly or awkward way. I want to sprawl out on the beach and soak up the sun. I want to sprawl out on the beach and soak up the sun. Clutch, clutch, meaning to grasp or seize something tightly or eagerly. To grasp or seize something tightly or eagerly. I had to clutch the railing tightly to avoid slipping on the icy steps. I had to clutch the railing tightly to avoid slipping on the icy steps. Leverage, leverage, meaning the exertion of force or influence to gain advantage. The exertion of force or influence to gain advantage. She used her position to leverage a better deal for her company. She used her position to leverage a better deal for her company. Mitigate, mitigate, meaning to make less severe or painful. To make less severe or painful. The doctor gave him medication to mitigate the pain. The doctor gave him medication to mitigate the pain. Subdue, subdue, meaning to overcome or bring under control, often by force. To overcome or bring under control, often by force. The police were able to subdue the unruly crowd. The police were able to subdue the unruly crowd. Shun, shun, meaning to persistently avoid, ignore, or reject someone or something through antipathy or caution. To persistently avoid, ignore, or reject someone or something through antipathy or caution. She chose to shun the noisy crowd and spend the afternoon in quiet solitude. She chose to shun the noisy crowd and spend the afternoon in quiet solitude. Throb, throb, meaning to beat with a strong, regular rhythm. Pulsate steadily. To beat with a strong, regular rhythm. Pulsate steadily. The old engine continued to throb with a steady rhythm as it warmed up. The old engine continued to throb with a steady rhythm as it warmed up. I went to the shop yesterday to buy groceries, but I forgot my wallet. I went to the shop yesterday to buy groceries, but I forgot my wallet. Finding the perfect pair of shoes for a special event can be exhausting. Finding the perfect pair of shoes for a special event can be exhausting. Many people enjoy shopping online because it's more convenient than visiting physical stores. Many people enjoy shopping online because it's more convenient than visiting physical stores. She carefully compared the prices at 3 different stores before making her final decision. She carefully compared the prices at 3 different stores before making her final decision. The crowded supermarket made it difficult to quickly grab the items I needed. The crowded supermarket made it difficult to quickly grab the items I needed. Some people love window shopping just to see the latest fashion trends. Some people love window shopping just to see the latest fashion trends. I bought a lovely jacket on sale, which I had wanted for months. I bought a lovely jacket on sale, which I had wanted for months. They didn't have my size in stock, so I decided to check online. They didn't have my size in stock, so I decided to check online. My friend and I always go to the flea market on Sunday mornings. My friend and I always go to the flea market on Sunday mornings. The variety of products available in big shopping centres can be quite overwhelming. The variety of products available in big shopping centres can be quite overwhelming. Shopping for fresh produce at the farmer's market is one of my favourite activities. Shopping for fresh produce at the farmer's market is one of my favourite activities. I usually make a list before shopping to ensure I don't forget anything. I usually make a list before shopping to ensure I don't forget anything. Bargaining with shopkeepers can be fun if you know how to do it right. Bargaining with shopkeepers can be fun if you know how to do it right. The department store had a massive clearance sale with discounts up to 70%. The department store had a massive clearance sale with discounts up to 70%. Buying gifts for friends and family during the holidays is always exciting but challenging. Buying gifts for friends and family during the holidays is always exciting but challenging. I couldn't resist buying that expensive dress even though it exceeded my budget. I couldn't resist buying that expensive dress even though it exceeded my budget. Shopping for furniture requires careful planning to ensure it matches the room's aesthetics. Shopping for furniture requires careful planning to ensure it matches the room's aesthetics. She spent hours selecting the perfect accessories to match her new outfit. She spent hours selecting the perfect accessories to match her new outfit. We drove to the outlet centre because they always have better deals than city shops. We drove to the outlet centre because they always have better deals than city shops. Returning an item to the shop is easy if you have the receipt with you. Returning an item to the shop is easy if you have the receipt with you. It's important to check the quality of products before purchasing them, especially electronics. It's important to check the quality of products before purchasing them, especially electronics. The cashier scanned the items so quickly that I almost forgot to pay attention. The cashier scanned the items so quickly that I almost forgot to pay attention. Shopping for school supplies reminds me of how excited I used to be as a child. Shopping for school supplies reminds me of how excited I used to be as a child. The new shopping centre has several restaurants, so we had lunch there after shopping. The new shopping centre has several restaurants, so we had lunch there after shopping. Some people avoid shopping during the weekend because the shops are crowded and noisy. Some people avoid shopping during the weekend because the shops are crowded and noisy. Preparing a healthy breakfast every morning can be challenging if you're short on time. Preparing a healthy breakfast every morning can be challenging if you're short on time. Learning how to cook from scratch has been one of my greatest achievements. Learning how to cook from scratch has been one of my greatest achievements. The aroma of freshly baked bread filled the entire house, making everyone feel hungry. The aroma of freshly baked bread filled the entire house, making everyone feel hungry. Experimenting with new recipes is always exciting, but sometimes leads to unexpected failures. Experimenting with new recipes is always exciting, but sometimes leads to unexpected failures. My grandmother's secret ingredient for her famous cookies is a pinch of nutmeg. My grandmother's secret ingredient for her famous cookies is a pinch of nutmeg. I love making pasta from scratch because it tastes better than shop-bought versions. I love making pasta from scratch because it tastes better than shop-bought versions. Chopping vegetables for soup is time-consuming, but the result is always worth it. Chopping vegetables for soup is time-consuming, but the result is always worth it. I discovered a new way to grill chicken that makes it juicier and tastier. I discovered a new way to grill chicken that makes it juicier and tastier. Baking a cake requires precise measurements and a lot of patience, but it's rewarding. Baking a cake requires precise measurements and a lot of patience, but it's rewarding. Preparing meals for a large family can be exhausting, especially during special occasions. Preparing meals for a large family can be exhausting, especially during special occasions. Cooking with friends is an enjoyable way to spend time and learn new recipes. Cooking with friends is an enjoyable way to spend time and learn new recipes. It's important to use fresh ingredients when preparing meals for the best flavour. It's important to use fresh ingredients when preparing meals for the best flavour. She tried adding a little cinnamon to her coffee, which enhanced its flavour dramatically. She tried adding a little cinnamon to her coffee, which enhanced its flavour dramatically. The chef demonstrated how to flambe the dish, which amazed everyone watching. The chef demonstrated how to flambe the dish, which amazed everyone watching. I enjoy making smoothies because they're healthy, delicious, and quick to prepare. I enjoy making smoothies because they're healthy, delicious, and quick to prepare. Preparing a 3-course meal from scratch can be intimidating for inexperienced cooks. Preparing a 3-course meal from scratch can be intimidating for inexperienced cooks. Using too much salt can ruin a dish, so it's important to be cautious. Using too much salt can ruin a dish, so it's important to be cautious. Following a recipe step by step ensures consistent results, especially when baking desserts. Following a recipe step by step ensures consistent results, especially when baking desserts. The secret to making fluffy pancakes lies in whisking the batter just enough. The secret to making fluffy pancakes lies in whisking the batter just enough. I learned how to make sushi rolls by watching a tutorial on the internet. I learned how to make sushi rolls by watching a tutorial on the internet. Cooking a hearty stew on a cold day is comforting and warms the soul. Cooking a hearty stew on a cold day is comforting and warms the soul. Adding fresh herbs like basil and oregano can transform a simple dish into something extraordinary. Adding fresh herbs like basil and oregano can transform a simple dish into something extraordinary. Watching cooking shows inspires me to try different cuisines and experiment with ingredients. Watching cooking shows inspires me to try different cuisines and experiment with ingredients. Meal prepping for the week saves time and ensures you eat healthy, balanced meals. Meal prepping for the week saves time and ensures you eat healthy, balanced meals. My favourite part of cooking is sharing the food I've made with friends and family. My favourite part of cooking is sharing the food I've made with friends and family. Travelling to new places gives you a chance to learn about different cultures. Travelling to new places gives you a chance to learn about different cultures. I always double check my packing list to make sure I don't forget essentials. I always double check my packing list to make sure I don't forget essentials. Exploring small towns during road trips can be just as exciting as visiting big cities. Exploring small towns during road trips can be just as exciting as visiting big cities. The breathtaking view of the mountains from our hotel room was unforgettable. The breathtaking view of the mountains from our hotel room was unforgettable. Planning a trip can be stressful, but the experience is always worth the effort. Planning a trip can be stressful, but the experience is always worth the effort. Travelling by train allows you to enjoy scenic landscapes without worrying about driving. Travelling by train allows you to enjoy scenic landscapes without worrying about driving. My dream is to visit every continent at least once during my lifetime. My dream is to visit every continent at least once during my lifetime. Carrying too much luggage can be inconvenient, especially when navigating through crowded airports. Carrying too much luggage can be inconvenient, especially when navigating through crowded airports. I love travelling with friends because it makes the journey more enjoyable and memorable. I love travelling with friends because it makes the journey more enjoyable and memorable. Visiting historical landmarks helps you appreciate the rich history of a particular place. Visiting historical landmarks helps you appreciate the rich history of a particular place. Long-haul flights can be tiring, but the excitement of arriving at your destination keeps you motivated. Long-haul flights can be tiring, but the excitement of arriving at your destination keeps you motivated. Packing light is a skill I've mastered after years of travelling to different countries. Packing light is a skill I've mastered after years of travelling to different countries. Trying local foods is one of the best parts of exploring a new destination. Trying local foods is one of the best parts of exploring a new destination. I enjoy walking tours because they allow you to explore hidden gems in a city. I enjoy walking tours because they allow you to explore hidden gems in a city. The tour guide shared fascinating stories about the ancient ruins we visited last summer. The tour guide shared fascinating stories about the ancient ruins we visited last summer. Travelling solo teaches you independence, adaptability, and how to navigate unfamiliar environments. Travelling solo teaches you independence, adaptability, and how to navigate unfamiliar environments. I always carry a small travel journal to document my experiences and thoughts. I always carry a small travel journal to document my experiences and thoughts. Seeing the Northern Lights is at the top of my travel bucket list. Seeing the Northern Lights is at the top of my travel bucket list. The flight was delayed by several hours, but we finally arrived late at night. The flight was delayed by several hours, but we finally arrived late at night. Exploring nature reserves and national parks is a relaxing way to spend your holiday. Exploring nature reserves and national parks is a relaxing way to spend your holiday. Travelling during the off-season often means fewer crowds and more affordable accommodations. Travelling during the off-season often means fewer crowds and more affordable accommodations. I spent hours researching the best attractions and restaurants before deciding on our itinerary. I spent hours researching the best attractions and restaurants before deciding on our itinerary. Learning a few phrases in the local language can enhance your travel experience significantly. Learning a few phrases in the local language can enhance your travel experience significantly. Cruises are a unique way to travel because you can explore multiple destinations in one trip. Cruises are a unique way to travel because you can explore multiple destinations in one trip. Watching the sunrise on a deserted beach is one of my favourite travel memories. Watching the sunrise on a deserted beach is one of my favourite travel memories. Staying organised at work helps you complete tasks efficiently and meet deadlines on time. Staying organised at work helps you complete tasks efficiently and meet deadlines on time. Preparing for an important presentation requires thorough research and plenty of practice beforehand. Preparing for an important presentation requires thorough research and plenty of practice beforehand. Collaborating with colleagues on projects can lead to creative solutions and innovative ideas. Collaborating with colleagues on projects can lead to creative solutions and innovative ideas. Maintaining a healthy work-life balance is crucial for overall happiness and productivity. Maintaining a healthy work-life balance is crucial for overall happiness and productivity. Writing detailed emails ensures that all team members understand their roles and responsibilities. Writing detailed emails ensures that all team members understand their roles and responsibilities. The new office policy encourages employees to take short breaks to improve focus and energy. The new office policy encourages employees to take short breaks to improve focus and energy. Completing a challenging project brings a sense of accomplishment and boosts your confidence. Completing a challenging project brings a sense of accomplishment and boosts your confidence. I always start my day by making a to-do list to prioritize my tasks. I always start my day by making a to-do list to prioritize my tasks. Attending regular meetings helps everyone stay updated on the progress of ongoing projects. Attending regular meetings helps everyone stay updated on the progress of ongoing projects. Networking with professionals in your field can open doors to exciting opportunities. Networking with professionals in your field can open doors to exciting opportunities. Working remotely allows employees to have more flexibility but requires strong time management skills. Working remotely allows employees to have more flexibility but requires strong time management skills. Taking constructive feedback positively can help you grow and improve in your career. Taking constructive feedback positively can help you grow and improve in your career. Setting achievable goals at work motivates you to stay focused and determined. Setting achievable goals at work motivates you to stay focused and determined. Proper communication between team members is essential for the success of any project. Proper communication between team members is essential for the success of any project. The office cafeteria serves a variety of meals, making lunch breaks more enjoyable. The office cafeteria serves a variety of meals, making lunch breaks more enjoyable. Participating in team-building activities strengthens relationships and improves collaboration in the workplace. Participating in team-building activities strengthens relationships and improves collaboration in the workplace. Managing multiple deadlines can be stressful, so it's important to prioritize your tasks effectively. Managing multiple deadlines can be stressful, so it's important to prioritize your tasks effectively. Learning new skills through professional development courses can enhance your career prospects significantly. Learning new skills through professional development courses can enhance your career prospects significantly. A supportive work environment fosters creativity and encourages employees to share their ideas openly. A supportive work environment fosters creativity and encourages employees to share their ideas openly. Starting your day with a clear plan helps you avoid unnecessary stress at work. Starting your day with a clear plan helps you avoid unnecessary stress at work. Handling difficult clients requires patience, understanding, and excellent communication skills. Handling difficult clients requires patience, understanding, and excellent communication skills. Taking time to review your work ensures that you deliver high-quality results consistently. Taking time to review your work ensures that you deliver high-quality results consistently. Celebrating small successes at work keeps the team motivated and improves morale. Celebrating small successes at work keeps the team motivated and improves morale. Attending conferences is a great way to stay updated on the latest industry trends. Attending conferences is a great way to stay updated on the latest industry trends. Balancing multiple roles at work can be challenging, but teaches valuable multitasking skills. Balancing multiple roles at work can be challenging, but teaches valuable multitasking skills. Spending quality time with family members strengthens bonds and creates cherished memories. Spending quality time with family members strengthens bonds and creates cherished memories. Effective communication is the key to resolving conflicts and maintaining healthy relationships. Effective communication is the key to resolving conflicts and maintaining healthy relationships. I enjoy calling my grandparents every week to hear their stories and advice. I enjoy calling my grandparents every week to hear their stories and advice. Supporting your loved ones during difficult times shows how much you care about them. Supporting your loved ones during difficult times shows how much you care about them. Organising family reunions can be hectic, but it's always worth the effort to reconnect. Organising family reunions can be hectic, but it's always worth the effort to reconnect. Relationships require trust, understanding, and a willingness to compromise to thrive. Relationships require trust, understanding, and a willingness to compromise to thrive. Celebrating special occasions with family creates traditions that last for generations. Celebrating special occasions with family creates traditions that last for generations. Listening attentively to someone's concerns shows empathy and helps build deeper connections. Listening attentively to someone's concerns shows empathy and helps build deeper connections. Expressing gratitude regularly strengthens relationships and reminds others of their importance in your life. Expressing gratitude regularly strengthens relationships and reminds others of their importance in your life. My siblings and I enjoy planning surprises for our parents on their anniversaries. My siblings and I enjoy planning surprises for our parents on their anniversaries. Spending time with your partner without distractions helps strengthen your emotional connection. Spending time with your partner without distractions helps strengthen your emotional connection. Apologizing sincerely after a disagreement is essential to maintaining harmony in relationships. Apologizing sincerely after a disagreement is essential to maintaining harmony in relationships. Having family dinners is a wonderful way to catch up and share stories. Having family dinners is a wonderful way to catch up and share stories. Supporting your children's hobbies encourages them to pursue their passions confidently. Supporting your children's hobbies encourages them to pursue their passions confidently. Learning how to respect boundaries is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships. Learning how to respect boundaries is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships. Sharing household chores as a family teaches responsibility and creates a sense of teamwork. Sharing household chores as a family teaches responsibility and creates a sense of teamwork. Traveling with family can be a bonding experience filled with fun and laughter. Traveling with family can be a bonding experience filled with fun and laughter. I enjoy writing letters to my friends because it feels more personal than texting. I enjoy writing letters to my friends because it feels more personal than texting. Watching movies together as a family is one of our favourite weekend activities. Watching movies together as a family is one of our favourite weekend activities. Offering words of encouragement can uplift someone and make their day much better. Offering words of encouragement can uplift someone and make their day much better. I cherish the moments when my parents share stories about their childhood adventures. I cherish the moments when my parents share stories about their childhood adventures. Making time for your friends despite a busy schedule shows how much you value them. Making time for your friends despite a busy schedule shows how much you value them. Planning a picnic in the park with loved ones is a relaxing way to unwind. Planning a picnic in the park with loved ones is a relaxing way to unwind. Family traditions, such as baking cookies during holidays, create lasting and joyful memories. Family traditions, such as baking cookies during holidays, create lasting and joyful memories. Laughing together over shared jokes and funny stories brings everyone closer. Laughing together over shared jokes and funny stories brings everyone closer. Exercising regularly improves your physical health and has a positive impact on your mood. Exercising regularly improves your physical health and has a positive impact on your mood. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day helps keep your body hydrated and energized. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day helps keep your body hydrated and energized. Practicing yoga in the morning is an excellent way to start your day calmly. Practicing yoga in the morning is an excellent way to start your day calmly. Eating a balanced diet ensures that you get all the necessary nutrients for your body. Eating a balanced diet ensures that you get all the necessary nutrients for your body. Walking for 30 minutes every day is one of the simplest ways to stay active. Walking for 30 minutes every day is one of the simplest ways to stay active. Stretching before and after a workout prevents injuries and reduces muscle soreness significantly. Stretching before and after a workout prevents injuries and reduces muscle soreness significantly. Getting enough sleep each night is crucial for maintaining both mental and physical health. Getting enough sleep each night is crucial for maintaining both mental and physical health. Incorporating meditation into your daily routine can help reduce stress and improve focus. Incorporating meditation into your daily routine can help reduce stress and improve focus. Avoiding processed foods and sugary drinks is essential for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Avoiding processed foods and sugary drinks is essential for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Strength training not only builds muscle but also improves bone density and overall strength. Strength training not only builds muscle but also improves bone density and overall strength. Maintaining good posture while sitting or standing prevents back pain and improves spinal health. Maintaining good posture while sitting or standing prevents back pain and improves spinal health. Taking breaks during long hours of work helps you avoid burnout and stay productive. Taking breaks during long hours of work helps you avoid burnout and stay productive. Cycling outdoors is a fun way to stay fit while enjoying the fresh air. Cycling outdoors is a fun way to stay fit while enjoying the fresh air. Preparing meals at home allows you to control the ingredients and ensure healthier eating habits. Preparing meals at home allows you to control the ingredients and ensure healthier eating habits. Visiting your doctor for regular checkups is important to catch health issues early. Visiting your doctor for regular checkups is important to catch health issues early. Breathing exercises can calm your mind and help you manage anxiety in stressful situations. Breathing exercises can calm your mind and help you manage anxiety in stressful situations. Setting achievable fitness goals keeps you motivated and focused on your health journey. Setting achievable fitness goals keeps you motivated and focused on your health journey. Participating in team sports is a great way to stay active and socialize simultaneously. Participating in team sports is a great way to stay active and socialize simultaneously. Limiting screen time before bed improves sleep quality and reduces eye strain. Limiting screen time before bed improves sleep quality and reduces eye strain. Dancing is an enjoyable activity that keeps you physically active and lifts your spirits. Dancing is an enjoyable activity that keeps you physically active and lifts your spirits. Taking the stairs instead of the lift is a simple way to increase daily activity. Taking the stairs instead of the lift is a simple way to increase daily activity. Avoiding smoking and excessive alcohol consumption significantly reduces the risk of chronic illnesses. Avoiding smoking and excessive alcohol consumption significantly reduces the risk of chronic illnesses. Scheduling regular mental health check-ins with a therapist can improve your overall well-being. Scheduling regular mental health check-ins with a therapist can improve your overall well-being. Listening to music during a workout can make exercising more enjoyable and motivating. Listening to music during a workout can make exercising more enjoyable and motivating. Prioritizing self-care activities like reading or taking a bath helps recharge your energy. Prioritizing self-care activities like reading or taking a bath helps recharge your energy. Staying updated with the latest technology trends helps you remain competitive in today's world. Staying updated with the latest technology trends helps you remain competitive in today's world. Social media allows people to connect with friends and family across long distances. Social media allows people to connect with friends and family across long distances. Smartphones have become essential tools for communication, navigation, and accessing information on the go. Smartphones have become essential tools for communication, navigation, and accessing information on the go. Spending too much time on social media can negatively affect your mental health. Spending too much time on social media can negatively affect your mental health. Learning to use productivity apps can help you manage your time more effectively. Learning to use productivity apps can help you manage your time more effectively. Online learning platforms have revolutionized the way people access education and acquire new skills. Online learning platforms have revolutionized the way people access education and acquire new skills. Sharing photos and videos on social media is a fun way to document memories. Sharing photos and videos on social media is a fun way to document memories. Strong passwords and two-factor authentication are crucial for keeping your online accounts secure. Strong passwords and two-factor authentication are crucial for keeping your online accounts secure. Streaming movies and shows online have replaced traditional TV for many households. Streaming movies and shows online have replaced traditional TV for many households. Using technology to automate repetitive tasks can save a lot of time and effort. Using technology to automate repetitive tasks can save a lot of time and effort. Video conferencing tools have made remote work and virtual meetings more convenient than ever. Video conferencing tools have made remote work and virtual meetings more convenient than ever. Many people rely on wearable fitness trackers to monitor their health and daily activity levels. Many people rely on wearable fitness trackers to monitor their health and daily activity levels. Reading online reviews before buying products helps consumers make more informed decisions. Reading online reviews before buying products helps consumers make more informed decisions. Excessive screen time can lead to eye strain, headaches, and disrupted sleep patterns. Excessive screen time can lead to eye strain, headaches, and disrupted sleep patterns. Parents often use parental controls to monitor and limit their children's internet usage. Parents often use parental controls to monitor and limit their children's internet usage. Advances in artificial intelligence are transforming industries like healthcare, finance, and transportation. Advances in artificial intelligence are transforming industries like healthcare, finance, and transportation. Social media influencers have become powerful marketing tools for brands and companies worldwide. Social media influencers have become powerful marketing tools for brands and companies worldwide. Cloud storage services allow users to access their files from any device, anywhere. Cloud storage services allow users to access their files from any device, anywhere. Cybersecurity awareness is essential in protecting personal information from hackers and online threats. Cybersecurity awareness is essential in protecting personal information from hackers and online threats. Using GPS navigation apps has made it easier to explore unfamiliar places confidently. Using GPS navigation apps has made it easier to explore unfamiliar places confidently. E-commerce websites have made shopping more accessible, especially for people in remote areas. E-commerce websites have made shopping more accessible, especially for people in remote areas. Virtual reality technology offers immersive experiences in gaming, education, and even therapy. Virtual reality technology offers immersive experiences in gaming, education, and even therapy. Regularly updating software and apps ensures your devices run smoothly and stay secure. Regularly updating software and apps ensures your devices run smoothly and stay secure. Engaging with like-minded communities online helps people share ideas and expand their knowledge. Engaging with like-minded communities online helps people share ideas and expand their knowledge. Managing screen time effectively ensures a healthy balance between digital life and real-world activities. Managing screen time effectively ensures a healthy balance between digital life and real-world activities.